Hey guys, Dragonite here. As you can easily tell by the title, we're going to be discussing my maybe most powerful deck ever, Squirrelmania. So, let's get into it. The main idea of this squirrel deck is just to summon ridiculous amounts, including infinite, since there is an infinite combo squirreling deck in here. And so, let's discuss the cards. We have Halcyon, Emerald Archdruid, and I use his ability. Pay 1 until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes green with a base power and toughness of 4/4 in addition to its other colors and types. Just so I can get my base 1/1 squirrels. These are the tokens. A little stronger. Yes. Mortality Spear. It's basically just a basic destroy non-land permanent. And it costs 2 less. So it costs 4 mana to any color, 1 black, 1 green. But if something gets killed, which, I mean, I have a lot of 1/1 squirrels. So something is either going to kill them, or they're going to kill something. So 90% of the time, something dies, and if I gain a life, and that is pretty good because I have cards in the deck that for every time I gain a creature, I get life, and there's some token creatures like that I summon called pests, which when they die, I gain a life. So. And they're 1/1, so they're gonna be dying a lot. Swirl Sovereignty. I have 4 of these in my deck. Other swirls you control get +1/+1. It's just a basic boosting card. It's a 2/2 for 2 mana. It's a pretty good card. I gotta say, it saves me a lot of time. It's good to have it out on the battlefield just to boost it if it's going a little slow. You can get some 2/2s. All my 1/1s become 2/2s, which allows them to deal more damage, live longer, all that neat stuff. I got 4 of these in my deck. Chitter Spitter, one of the main boosts. At the beginning, it's an artifact for 3 mana, 1 green, 2 any color. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a token. If you do, put an acorn counter on Chitter Spitter. Squirrels you control get +1/+1 for each acorn counter on Chitter Spitter. And it's pay 1, tap it, you get a 1/1 green squirrel token. Which, this is basically how I really boost my squirrels. This is the one that really summons the pest. It's another legendary creature from the, the Strixhaven, I believe. School of Madness, great D&D book, great cards. I also have the white and black teacher owl thing, so that's pretty cool. And it's a 4/4 flying creature for 7 mana. It's expensive. 1 black, 1 green, 5 any color. It is flying. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature with token. With when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. So pay 10 life, and you untap all lands you control only once per turn. And that's what's powerful about it. Pay 10 life, though I mostly use it for this. For the summoning, which I probably shouldn't. You can exchange it for any better cards. 40 card deck. I'm not going to be reviewing the land, because 90% of the time, they're just basic lands. And it's any special card you want to add. And here, I added this, one of my favorite cards ever. Harsh Scrutiny. 1 black mana. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You may discard that. You may discard a card from it. You choose a creature card from it. That player discards that card. And you scry 1. It was one of my first cards ever, and I still use it to this day. Funny story about that, some kid in my camp stole it, and then when I saw him with it, another squirrel sovereignty, he denied it, even though it had the same crease as mine. Mine just disappeared recently, and I knew he was eyeing it. Stuff don't magically disappear, but I got my way with it. I mean, like, I traded him basic. It was a decent legendary creature. It was one of the, the gods. I have the white one now. For Jana, Strength of the Pride. And an excellent $20 card. Great deal for me. It is a pay 1 grand, or 1 any color. Search your library for a forest card. Put that card into your onto the battlefield. Then shuffle. It's just, land draw. I always get to have, since my main color is green, but I do have a bunch of other colors to support it. Another squirrel sovereignty. Yes, Nested Shambler. 1 black mana. When Nested Shambler dies, create X green squirrel creatures tokens, where X is Nested Shambler's power. Home is where the heart was. It's quite good because I have another card. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Okay, where is it? It's Valhalla's Horn, I believe. You'll see it coming up soon. And for each creature you have, it gets a target creature gets XX. And X is the number of creatures you have on the battlefield. So it's always good to have a bunch of squirrels. I have and this combo gives me infinite squirrels. I have an infinite squirrel combo. So I have infinite squirrel combo. Even if they manage to get that, I have infinite times 2. Which is just kind of ridiculous. But it gives me another chance to get a bunch of life. Or, if I don't have the infinite combo, it always gets me more squirrels. Which this entire deck relies on, getting a lot of squirrels. And if I have a lot of squirrels, this gets a lot of power, and even if they manage to kill it, I get even more squirrels, and that artifact drops on the ground, and I can always put it on a squirrel. And that's just crazy. That's where the insanity starts going in. The main problem with this is squirrels can't fly, even though this one's jumping, so I feel like it should have reach. Or like a flying squirrel. There is a flying squirrel card. I just didn't add it to this deck. And it's Cliffhaven Kitesail. It's an artifact equipment. When Cliffhaven Kitesail enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. A cursed creature has flying. So it's just 1 mana giving a creature flying, and you can always put it back on. It's basically just my flying blocker. Which is, I only have 1 of, which I should probably add more flying protection. Because it's that and the 7 mana dragon are my only 2 flying, I believe. If you know any, you just got another. Chitter Spitters, 4 of these. If you know any good cards that would go in this deck, please put in the comments any recommendations. I would love to hear them. And here, what I was talking about, the Horn of Valhalla is artifact equipment. There's for 1 any color, 1 white, and it has abilities. Yurger's Call. Ysurgard. Call. Hopefully, we think that. X amount of mana. X 2 white. Create X white. X 1/1. White soldier creature tokens. Exile this card, you may cast, all that good stuff. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. It's an altogether good card. It's equipped, it costs 3, which is kind of expensive, but And, so yeah, it's an altogether good card, why not? For this deck, since it's 3 colors and, it's a 40 card deck, I'd recommend putting Evolving Wilds in it, like I have. I know I said it wouldn't go over lands, but I am for this. Now this is what I like. Chitterfing Squirrel General. It has Forest Walk, which you don't know how many times that was so nifty and it got me through. If one or more token creatures would be created under your control, those token creatures plus that many 1/1 green squirrel token creatures are created instead. And that is there for 1 black, sacrifice X squirrels, target creature gets plus X minus X until end of turn. Which I usually don't use that ability because I want my squirrels. But if I have infinite squirrels, that instantly kills anything. Which I just realized that I can actually kill things with it. But what I usually use it for is if I have 2 of these out on the battlefield and I create 1 token creature. This makes it creates 2. Then this makes it since I just created more tokens, this needs to be creating more tokens. Well, this needs to be creating, and it's so on and so on, where it just starts giving me slowly more and 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 more squirrels. Until I eventually, infinite squirrels. Actually, it never ends. So we're just gonna say I have infinite squirrels then. It's only happened twice before where I got it. But yeah, it was a decent. It's a very powerful combo. That there's 4 of these in the deck. So it's always nice to have. Pull these. Not only because I don't need them for the combo, they just give me a lot of squirrels. Especially if I'm creating any type of creature, I just get more squirrels. And it boosts other cards a lot, so that's why I usually keep them. We got, well, mana. I pulled everything out. Here's another flying blocker. And it's flying inklings you control. Inklings can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. Whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, that attacking player creates a tapped 2/1 white and black inkling creature with flying that's attacking the opponent. Very, very good. 1v1's incredible. And this would be creating squirrels as I do this, so it's always a powerful combo. This is my main flying blocker, but when I don't get it, which is a lot, I need something else. That's why I have the flying artifact. Another squirrel general. Another chitter spitter. And what I like to do is this, instead of creating 1 squirrel, this creates 2 squirrels instead when I have this out. Which allows me to use the acorn counters, sacrificing a token, which would be sacrificing my squirrels, a lot easier without running out of squirrels, which is always so annoying. This is like another one of the kill cards, Twisted Embrace. Enchant artifact, a creature you control when Twisted Embrace enters the battlefield, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1/+1. And it's so good to have just in my deck, just because it kills. It's another 4 mana kill card, and it gives my cards +1/+1. It's a decent card. And yeah. Because I mean, like, kill cards, usually 2 black, 1 any color. Add 1 more mana and get +1/+1. It's just like, why not? I feel like putting this in my command. I would put this in my commander white and black or deck that allows me to summon auras for free, but it's only white and blue, so not able to put in that. Leave a like or subscribe. Tell me in the comments if you want to see my commander deck. It's pretty good. I made it with camp with some of my friends. So yeah. Ink Shield is honestly another flying blocker. I have 4 flying blockers out of 40 card decks. I have a 10% chance of pulling it. Right? Yes, 10% chance of pulling it. Pulling a flying card, so that's decent, I guess. Ink Shield's honestly incredible card. Prevents all damage combat that you would be dealt this turn. For each 1 damage prevented that way, create a 2/1 white and black flying inkling creature flying inkling creature token with flying. And yep, it's Silver Quill for this one. I got in the Silver Quill Commander deck. Honestly, I recommend buying that. It came with a lot of good cards, and it was a decent deck altogether. And it's good if you know how to make deals with other players. If you can talk to them and convince them, you can make deals with other players that are just simply insane. And it's so fun to do, just to talk and be like, wait, you sure you want to attack me? And it gives you a lot of leverage, because that already happens in most games with me. So yeah, I might buy, it's expensive, it's an $80 deck, I believe, when I first bought it. But it probably went down from now, because I bought it when it came out, so I'll check. And it's really fun, because you got a lot of talking going in that game, and that's what I love in Magic and D&D and all these games, is when you talk, make deals. Not to mention, I'm a very good talker. Well, arguer, or whatever. Anyways, going to the next card, we got another Chatterfang, and, oh yes, this is what I've been looking for, Field Trip. This goes from another one of those, the ones with the wings, the, Curriculum of Madness, or whatever it was. And search your library for a basic forest card, put that card onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. It's not amazing. It's 3 mana for this, but it has Learn, which is one of my favorite abilities. You may reveal a lesson card you own from outside of the game. Put that into your hand, or discard a card and draw a card. So it gives you a bit of choices, because I have, 1, 2, 4, I have 4 of these. One of these I can't even use in the deck, which is the Elemental Summoning, which is it's 5 mana for 4/4, blue and red creature token. Pretty bad, but I can't, say it's too horrible.
Keep an eye on the time.
And anyways, we got Pest Summoning, which create 2 white and black, green. Create 2 1/1 black and green pest creatures tokens with when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. And like you said, I have Pest before. There's just another one. Here's an Inkling Summon, gives you 3 mana. Oh yeah, these 2 are both 3 mana. You got the 2 black or green, and 2 white or black, and 1 any color. And we have, which I don't really understand, because most decks are just white and black, or black and white, and it would be like any color for that would be the same, I guess. Maybe if you have a 3-color deck, or in my case, yeah, it's fine in my case. I didn't have white for all the time, and so I used to be just green and black, so I could summon this either way, which was nice. Create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. And it's just another, I guess, if I don't have a flying, which is pretty rare, because every time I draw 10 cards, which would be on the 3rd or 2nd round, I'd be getting it. I should, by now, have a flying. But if I don't, this is flying. And it's learned, so I get to choose. And also, for my last one, I have Containment Breach. Destroy a target artifact or enchantment if its mana value is 2 or less. Create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever this creature dies, you gain 1 life. And I have these cards just because it gives me a choice on what I need. Like, if I just need if he has a big creature that I need something to block with, I'll get 2 of these 1/1s, because I can still block, and I gain life when they die. So it's not so it's quite fine when they die. Not to mention, I can summon 2 other squirrels with this, so that's if I really need more creatures. Inkling Summon is when, it's just if I need more flying, obviously, and if there's a really annoying artifact or enchantment, boom, it's destroyed. It's not hard. Easy. 3 mana. It costs additional mana. So, and if none of those work, I always can discard a card and draw a card, which is very nice, very nice. Now back to the main deck, we got another Chitter Spitter. Squirrel Sanctuary, which is 1 mana. When the Squirrel Sanctuary enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you may pay 1. If you do, return Squirrel Sanctuary to its owner's hand. It's just a really squirrel card, squirrel summon card. I mean, like, this was one of my first squirrel cards, so I had to use it. And also, I couldn't really draw anymore from this. I couldn't find where to buy more of these decks without going on Amazon and it being a whole bunch of money. Last 2 cards are Ghostly Prison. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature that they control that's attacking you. Which is very, very good. I mean, probably I use it in most of my decks. It's an enchantment. And it saved me multiple times. Like, imagine you're facing a deck that summons a bunch of squirrels. And then you have to play this. They can no longer attack you. I have infinite squirrels. How are you going to attack me with something? You gotta pay infinity times 2 mana. So that's why it's amazing. And also it allows me to gather my army of squirrels without, you know, having to worry too much about the attackers. Because this also came with the Silver Quill deck, which is honestly Strixhaven Silver Quill deck. And that's what I'm saying. It's so good to have that deck. And so fun because you're basically giving them no reason to attack you. You can just kind of gather up your army like most white decks do. Until boom. They get hit with the 1/2 combo. Now this is what I love when I have infinite creatures. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. And it's the Elder's Core, Sadistic Pilgrim, 1 white, 1 black, and it's a 2/2. It has Death Touch, which is very good. One of the best abilities. And whenever another creature you control dies, and each opponent loses 1 life. So with an army of 1/1s, this card goes off. Whereas they're quickly dying and quickly being summoned. You're gaining life and dealing damage without even them blocking you. And it's probably one of my favorite cards. It's hard to get, but it's one of my favorite cards in the deck. And, yep, that's pretty much my deck. It's so fun because as soon as you get 1 squirrel, like, I played with my friends with this deck multiple times, and as soon as I got 1 squirrel, not even 2, not multiple, not even a combo, as soon as I got 1 squirrel, you could see the fear in their eyes as they knew the madness of squirrelmania was approaching. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you will. This is Dragon Eye, signing out.